Hello and welcome to beautiful Nolensville, Tennessee. We are at the Gary Force Acura Arena, and this is the start of day 2 of the Rose Series. Team Minnesota Black National Elite is playing against the British Columbia Lady Canucks. This is game 2 for Team Minnesota. They had a 4-1 win over the Connecticut Junior Rangers yesterday. The Lady Canucks had a 5-0 win over the Alberta Warriors. First of 3 games for Minnesota today due to a very unfortunate schedule change, but play on. Some other scores from around the league, I should say the tournament. Going back to yesterday. Bear with us here while we surf through some technicals. The Alberta Warriors beat the Minnesota Machine Orange 2-0. The Manitoba Junior Ice fell to the Junior Bruins to the tune of 5-2. The Western Selects edged Toronto Pro Hockey 3-2, picking up their first win. And Team Minnesota Girls Purple beat the North Star Elite 3-1. Like I said before, the Junior Lady Canucks with the biggest score we've seen yet, with a big 5-0 win yesterday over the Alberta Warriors. And we have some scores from this morning coming in across the wire. Toronto Pro Hockey with a 5-1 win over Manitoba Junior Ice. The Team Minnesota Girls Purple win 2-0 over the Junior Bruins. And we just had the Machine Orange team beat Connecticut Junior Rangers to the tune of 5-4. So some exciting games, some close games. We look for a pretty fast and furious contest here. Refs were letting the girls play in the game before, and they were playing hard. So, like I said, 2024 Rose Series, Minnesota versus British Columbia. Enjoy. Starting at center, Elena Nolander. On the left wing, Adriana Stevens. On the right wing, Amelia Donahue. And we have Allie Zins, number 68. And we have Piper Nyberg, number 72. Minnesota with the win. Zins with the red. British Columbia eyes up the defense and takes a walk up the ice. Breaks the blue. And run off the puck by Nolander. Puck comes back to center. British Columbia gathers, turns backhand and plays off the near wall. Puck is pushed through by the Lady Canucks, setting up on one. Piper Nyberg is there to put a girl against the boards. Nice job, Piper. To the blue line, shot wide. Puck played up to Stevens. Back to Zins. She finds some vapors. Donahue fights for it. British Columbia again gains the puck. They take a shot wide. Palmer Prosser picks the puck up with some poise, running up the wall. Plays it to the middle. It's Zoe with a backhand wide. Sydney Christian and Ellie Hardwick are paired up on the blue line as Christian steps into the play. British Columbia gains. Christian turns. She crosses the red with some speed. Sydney Christian tries to pull. Defense is there with a strong stick, and here come the Lady Canucks. We've yet to produce a shot in this contest, although there have been a few attempts. As McDonough picks it up. Maeve is on the move. She's got Zoe on her right side. We do a little overlap at the blue. Maeve sets up a shot. Shin pads. And British Columbia gets it. So some very skilled play, but a lot of players in the way. Addie Preston walks in. Oh, she shoots just wide and out of play. Great opportunity there.
There you go.
Apologize for that. There was a exchange rate issue with the audio there. We are playing a Canadian team. Christian throws to the weak side. Donahue's there. Puck gathered by BC. So kind of a ping pong matchup so far. More of a tug of war than a relay race so far. There's 0 shots in the game. Although a couple quality opportunities, one wide by Preston and one blocked in front by Bundy. Long shot. And we break the blue with numbers, and it looks like Zoe might have stepped a little bit over the blue, but we'll settle it down. Face off by Newer. Crosser on the left and McDonough on the right. McDonough gathers and plays back to Bundy. Bundy's on her backhand. She tries to send, but tied up by number 4. Sticks are flying all over the place. Bundy centers one. The Lady Canucks are juggling the line a little bit as Bundy brings up with some speed. Throws a bouncing pass up to Zoe Newer. Zoe gathers and comes behind the net, plays back to Piper Nyberg. Nyberg runs it down the wall, cuts back. Zoe pokes one in front. Maeve is there, but only one hand on the stick. A little late for it. Nyberg gets in the way. Looks like some confusion as the puck enters the Minnesota bench area. We're wondering if there might be a minor penalty called here.
Too many women. We did that twice yesterday.
So it looks like a minor penalty has been assessed to the Team Minnesota's bench. It's always tricky when the puck comes right at your bench mid-change, but they're saying they had at least 6 on the ice, and Palmer Prosser will serve the minor penalty at 9:28 in the first. Still scoreless, still shotless. Power play for the Canucks. Face off, won by Minnesota, and they clear. Piper Nyberg sends one out to center. Dupuis gathers. Preston and Harns are clogging up the middle of the ice as Preston takes a puck and says, watch this. She tries to play up the wall. Second attempt. Stopped at the line. They go D to D. She sends deep. Minnesota with a lot of size and aggression out here. Not a big team, but Nyberg and Preston are two of the stronger players, and they're making a difference here as Nyberg tries to center one. Looks like Zoe Neuer comes in for Willow. Zoe can eat a little clock here as she wheels around the zone like Kirill Kaprizov. Puck played over to Bundy. Bundy puts it deep. We're going to make him go 200. 50 seconds left on the penalty as BC comes around the net. Turnover. Zoe's got the puck. Fans on the shot. Donahue with a spinning play. Oh, and another shot. So we have our first shot of the game. It's Donahue as a short-handed attempt. Rebound was juicy. And a clean breakout for BC until Maeve steps in. She cuts in around a defender. She's all alone. Backhand shot. No good. So Minnesota short-handed, but you wouldn't know it. The individual efforts are paying off and picking up some chances. Puck played up. Looks like a 2-on-2. Back pressure by McDonough. Loose puck to Zins. She kind of just chucks it out to center ice where it's picked up by Dupuis. Dupuis with a nice bit of skating. And they put it deep. So Minnesota now full strength. And Nolander and Stevens work the wall. Stevens confidently carries the puck up. Throws it a little bit behind Maeve McDonough. McDonough chucks one right off the grill of Zong. Nolander picks up on her forehand, cuts across the line. Stevens waits. Got a nice controlled zone entry here. Kind of running into a dead end, though, as the BC ladies put a stop to that. Puck back to Hardwick. Hardwick with a long shot. Deflected wide. Nolander ties up. BC picks up the puck and sends it all the way down the length of the ice. Christian hustles after it, but shoulder checks and says, let's go play offense. I want to thank all of our loyal viewers watching this team as Prosser gets a shot on goal. So all the moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas that can't be here get to join us virtually and cheer the team on. So thank you guys for watching. Maybe even some coaches at home. Face-off won by BC. They're working the wall. Neuer comes off the wall. Slides it to the back door. Looks like Volkers just missed that one. Oh, pass from Volkers to Prosser. Prosser misses. Volkers goes. Tries to poke it loose. Nyberg does a nice job holding the wall. Zoe Neuer wide open. Oh, she misses the net. Play that Minnesota's spending a lot of chances. Unfruitful. Under 6 minutes in the first. Puck gathered by Christian. Back to Nyberg. Nyberg looks right up to Neuer. This is good movement here. Neuer holds up. Back to Nyberg. Back to... No, look, I think she was looking for Zoe, and Zoe's going for a shift change. Willow Harns comes in with a hard forecheck. Christian's down on the wall pinching. Puck's played back to center where it's Nyberg and Preston running a little J route. Looks like they taken advantage of a change here. Nyberg gets tripped up a little bit, and the puck's played wide as Bundy comes to hold. Good aggressive play by Brindley. Keeps the zone for Preston and McDonough. BC looks like they're under pressure here a little bit. Both team comprised of talls and smalls. And a good mix on the ice right now. Puck played off the side of the cage. Rebound by Preston. Picks up another shot. Bundy slips and slides. Willow comes in. Preston plays it, so they're Just trying to solve the problem down offensive zone as a puck gets cleared all the way down. Refs are going to set this up for another offensive zone draw. So hope you guys are enjoying this view a little closer to the action today, and hopefully the game noise is a little enjoyable as well. Elena Nolander out of Lakeville takes the face-off with Adriana Stevens and Amelia Donahue. Face-off win back to Donahue to Zins. Long shot. Deflected and dribbles through. That's Minnesota's 5th shot. With another centering attempt from Elena. Elena's trying to play to Donahue. They're trying to set up a little putt-putt pass for a micro one-timer. Another puck comes off the BC goalie's pad as she remains stalwart. The British Columbia team has only one goalie, the same as Minnesota, so you'll be seeing a lot of these goaltenders. Another long shot save, went far pad. We've gathered some information that the goalie's name is Riley. Minnesota goalie is Kayla Eaton. Zins gathers, tries to play to Donahue. It's long, but so is the shift, so they're changing it up. Christian and Hardwick together. Breakout pass. Oh, tried to pick up a stick on Bliss, and Hardwick fans on the attempt. Long pass over to Volkers. Volkers with some great stick handling moves yesterday as she plays to Newer and goes to the back door. Zoe curls in the corner. Passes to Prosser. Prosser to Volkers, and it's a goal. Beautiful play. Good puck handling. Hardwick with a little bit of a miss and a fan, but it turns out great as she gets the puck to Zoe Newer. Zoe Newer enters the zone, curls, finds Prosser. Prosser gets it to Volkers, and Volkers chips the puck over an outstretched pad from the BC goalie. So 6th shot is a charm. Gathered by Hardwick. Hardwick throws it to Prosser. Prosser gets tied up and stolen from, but Hardwick is there for it. Zoe Newer runs one down the side on her forehand. Volkers has got her back. Christian over the top. She backhands one down the wall. She tries to slip to the middle to no avail. BC players are very skillful. They are good at handling the puck. They've got their feet moving and their head up. Very talented team here. Puck is back in the Minnesota zone. As Christian gets tied up. Centering attempt goes off the side of the net, and the puck ends up getting deflected up the middle, where it's backhanded down low for Nyberg. Nyberg on her backhand takes some damage. Preston now behind the net, plays across to Bundy. Defensive pinch leaves Nyberg with the breakout attempt, and the puck is flipped in. Easy glove save for Kayla. So BC with an offensive zone draw. Their second offensive zone draw of the game. Their first shot on goal. So 1-0 game, 2 minutes left in the first period, and things are starting to settle in a little bit. Nyberg chips, Harns ties up. Preston is over the top. We've had a lot of these board battles. They've been about 50-50 so far. Bundy gathers some speed, tries to play up, it's through. McDonough's gonna run it out. Refs say it's clean. Preston slides one across. Willow is tied up. Nyberg turns one-time shot. Oh, beautiful shot. Long's far side pad. Ends up on McDonough's stick. A very crafty forward out of St. Croix Falls as Willow has a chance, but just shoots it back over the cage to Preston. So Vancouver tries to rim a puck, but Nyberg gets inside position very wisely. She spins, plays it back. Willow's just missed it, but Bundy slides over to cover. Puck thrown all the way back. They're going to call this an icing. So we'll get some fresh legs and another attempt at cracking this game open. Allie Zins and Ellie Hardwick on defense. 2 players that played in the 12A state tournament as they try and run the drive-by play. Volker scored on that yesterday. They draw it back and fire before the goalie's ready. Vancouver picks up a puck. They try to rim it around. The D-to-D attempt ends up on the wall where Zins is there to hold it down. Donahue, long shot, wide of the net. Elena's there, battling for it. I think they're going to call a penalty on a body check. Based on what we're seeing here, there's a delayed call as the puck is back to Zins. Zins throws a long shot off a shin pad. Nolander gathers, she shoots. Stevens is there for the rebound, but it looks like there's going to be a Minnesota power play that will end the first period, and without a conversion, we'll go into the second period. So they'll determine who the culprit was. I believe it was number 36, so she's going to serve some time. Preston comes in. She's a 90% face-off winner so far in this tournament, probably doing the most damage. Volker is a big shooter to her left. Watch this play right here. Just didn't work out. We got Zoe on defense, and we've got Brinley Bundy on defense for this power play. So they're trying to set up the 1-3-1 as Volkers comes in and ties up. Girls really got a hound for that puck when we're on the power play, and they do just that. Puck is played to the middle, stopped by a skate. It's a log jam. Puck played from Prosser back to Bundy. Looks like it hit a body in front. Bundy fires again. It's in the net. So Bundy with a unassisted second attempt. Absolute rocket shot. If at first you don't succeed, try again, Brinley. So that'll cancel the power play with 3.5 seconds left. And Minnesota takes a 2-0 lead here as there's 3.5 seconds left in the first period. So some outstanding play. Things were jammed up. It looked like Broadway last night. But somehow they got the puck back and fired it through. They got into the club. So that's the end of one. This is the first of 3 games for Minnesota today. So they're trying to get the win, but trying to save a little bit of energy along the way. So far, so good. And we're back for the second period of what's been a mostly even game, but shots are 10-1 Minnesota. So the BC goalie heads back to her cage. Minnesota lines up quickly. Adriana Stevens out of Forest Lake on the left side. Got Elena Nolander from Lakeville at center, and Amelia Donahue on the right wing. Puck is won back to Minnesota. Nyberg plays up. Puck into the Minnesota zone where Christian goes to gather. She's on her backhand. She cuts back, and tries to play it up the wall, but it goes down low. Nolander is there. Puck off the side of the cage. Donahue takes it, tries to go up the middle. The defenseman, Sydney Christian, is in the play. She walks in, throws a little alley-oop back pass to Donahue, just out of reach. Puck is down low. Christian stays and plays. She plays it over to Donahue, but Donahue goes to cover the blue line. So positionless hockey is the future of this game, having a quick second player on the puck as BC throws their first real threat at the net. And a nice save by Kayla Eaton on the backhand attempt. For those of you just joining us, we're in the second period. We're playing full strength hockey. Bundy tries the Hail Mary and it's going to come back. But 2-0 on a great start by Minnesota. A long shot goal and also a nice backdoor play. We've got Newer, Volkers, Prosser, Hardwick, and Bundy on the ice. Minnesota wins the draw, back to the corner for Bundy. She rims to Prosser. Prosser picks it up. And sends it up the wall and it's through. Volkers was coming over for it. Oh, a nice play up to Volkers. We've got Volkers and Prosser walking in. Volkers takes a shot. Swallowed up by the very talented British Columbia goalie. Offensive zone draw. Newer, Prosser, and Volkers stay in play. Puck played low, behind the cage. Hardwick comes to the near wall, and she holds. Centering attempt goes off the stick of Newer. Newer gathers and fires a shot, just blocked in front. BC is trying to pick up the puck, trying to pick up some steam, trying to change the tide here, as the back checking by Bundy is far too much. I think the young lady was a little surprised by Bundy's speed. She is one of the fastest 2012's in the state of Minnesota, possibly the planet, as Prosser slides one. Long shot from Prosser. Newer's there, but there's nothing to have. Line change brings out Harns, Preston, and McDonough. Christian and Zins back on defense. Allie Zins out of Centennial is a versatile player as Christian fires wide. She was a participant in the state tournament for 12A as well. So long shot from Zins sails wide. So these defense start hitting the net. They might get promoted to forward as Christian flies in and backhands one off the crossbar. Preston and Willow are in the corner, battling with two Lady Canucks as the puck is played back. Zins gets another long shot. Right on target. Rebound is there, but McDonough can't get a stick on it, and BC regains the zone. The back checking for Minnesota is superb as they are canceling lots of chances. Willow plays one up to McDonough. It's through her skates, but she hustles it down. Refs are going to say no go. The young ladies from Minnesota are really enjoying their time here in Nashville. They had a dinner at Martin's Barbecue last night, followed by line dancing. Nashville, Tennessee. Good times. Some of the parents had a little bit of fun last night, too. We won't talk about that. Puck goes side to side in Minnesota zone. BC tries a centering attempt. It's gathered. Long shot. May have hit the post. I think Kayla may have got a piece of that one. So BC starting to pick up quality chances. Stevens pushes through. She's on her backhand. She holds up. She's looking to find a friend. She chips it back behind the net. Minnesota's just a little late getting to these pucks as BC looks for a way out. Bundy holds tight. Brindley Bundy getting real low and aggressive to hold the zone. So girls are doing a nice job of encapsulating the Lady Canucks. Lady Canucks are using the rim puck to get out and to get away from this just absolutely suffocating forecheck. Minnesota, with their coordinated attacks, are producing lots of pucks. As Stevens gets the puck, she passes up to Volkers. Volkers toe drags, goes backhand, throws into the skates of the D as she's 1-on-3. Minnesota gets fresh feet. Christian tries to hold the line. Puck back to Neuer. Neuer sidesteps a Lady Canuck and one of her own teammates as she carries in on the backhand. Curls. She's looking for Hardwick. She tries a center, but off a skate. Hardwick gets it back and sends it deep. Prosser's on the forecheck. Puck rim back to Hardwick. Shot attempt to the corner. Centering attempt. Back to the blue line. Christian bats it with a backhand. Down to Volkers and Neuer. Neuer's at the hash. But BC takes her off the puck, and it's Hardwick with the hold. The blue line here is not as pronounced as some rinks. It's very faint, but the referees are going to have to keep a close eye as the puck is played to Christian. Christian with a forehand. And it's a goal. Christian shot. I think it went Neuer to Christian and Palmer Prosser. You got to watch out for Palmer, another 12A state tournament player. Goes to the net. She's got her stick on the ice. She's ready to fire. And she produces a nice second chance goal. So exciting times for Minnesota fans as there's 10 minutes left in the second period. The score is now 3-0. Christian's back on the ice. I thought she stepped off. She curls back. Tries to backhand over to Zins. It looks like Zins may be at forward now. Oh, good chance as a puck just stops right in front of the Minnesota net. Kayla Eaton swats it loose. Puck is played up to Nolander. Nolander looks for Zins, looks to skate, gains the red, sends it. So they're going to make BC go 200 feet, and we've seen that BC has the capability to get out of their zone quickly and gain speed. Christian gets tied up down low on a pinch. Pucks to Nolander. Nolander works to the middle off Zins. Back to Nolander. Nolander centers. There's no one there, and the puck gets played back to center ice. Number 2, Sydney Christian out of Orono, gains. Shows some patience and throws a nice pass to Stevens. Stevens looks, a defenseman fell, but Stevens might not have noticed that we had an opportunity there, but she chips in and we get fresh feet, so never a bad play. Fresh feet, forecheck faster. Harns tries to keep it down, but BC says time for a change. So 8:42, offensive draw to the left of the British Columbia goalkeeper. The line of McDonough, Preston, and Harns. Players from St. Croix Falls, Wayzata, and Rochester area, respectively, as Hardwick and Nyberg get caught a little bit flat on the line, but Nyberg gets enough of the BC player for Hardwick to step into the lane. Hardwick off the wall to Harns. Harns tries to center. It gets through to Preston. Preston dangles. She chips back to Willow. Harns. Kind of a high shot with an arc on it, goes over the net as BC tries to go strong side. Nyberg is there. So Nyberg's been very effective with her pinches and holding the blue line, as have Hardwick, Christian, Zins. All of our defensemen are doing a fantastic job as Harns grabs a puck and plays it back to Hardwick. So the blue line has been kept very well today. Girls are using a lot of energy on the forecheck. Judging by what's going on the bench, I see a little bit of player movement. I think Zoe Neuer and Allie Zins have been switched. There was a 3-on-2 with some nice back pressure shut down by Ellie Hardwick. Fun fact, Ellie's real name is Alyssa. We found that out last night, but if you want to stay on her good side, you can call her Ellie. Puck play down the wall. BC with a chance here. Zoe Newer on defense. Long shot, wide, but stick to the corner. Gained by Christian. Christian gets counteracted by number 12. One of the larger players for the Canucks. 16 comes in. Christian kind of puts her butt to her guts. Christian up to Prosser. Prosser long pass to Volkers. Kind of a neutral zone backward pass to Prosser again, something that we saw the Connecticut Junior Rangers do a lot as Zoe Newer comes in. She backhands one. Christian wasn't quite ready for it as she gains, turns. Centering attempt to Newer. Oh, great save by BC goalie. Looks like she shoulders that one to the near side corner where Volkers was fighting for it. Newer tries to center and Donahue comes in hard. Christian keeps but gets the feet swept, and BC's headed the other way with numbers. Newer is back. Number 4 throws a high blocker shot, and Donahue with a very skillful retrieval clears it to the side where Zins gets to take a walk. Allie Zins tries to slip, gets stood up by BC defender. Hardwick holds the line. She's got Zins in front. Long glove shot. And the retrieval by Zins for a backhand attempt. So overlooked a little bit of a chance there. Looked like Allie was all alone in front, but she did her best to corral what was left of the long shot. 5:47 in the second period. Minnesota's up 3-0. If you're just joining us, the Minnesota team in their black jerseys with white and purple trim that were unveiled yesterday for this National Elite Minnesota team that has won the Rose Series the last 2 years. British Columbia wearing a just absolutely stunning retro Canucks jersey as Brinley Bundy skillfully slices through, but she loses the handle at the blue line and things get jammed up on the near wall with 4 Minnesota players trying to fend off 3 Lady Canucks. Zins plays over to Bundy. Nice touch pass up to Nolander, but she's taken off the puck by the Lady Canucks. Lady Canuck drop pass. Girl gains the middle. We've got one of the Canucks is out in front of the net, unguarded, but Minnesota gains possession, plays up to Stevens. She tries to catch it with her glove as it's a very flippy chippy type pass. Hardwick pokes wide. Canucks are threatening. Kayla slides side to side. Minnesota tries to play it up the wall. Canucks have clear possession of this puck at this time, and it's a long shot. Bounces just wide of the net. Minnesota looks to be under a little duress. Bundy and Hardwick are back. Oh, centering attempt from behind the net. Long shot gets stopped by Hardwick's strong stick. The shoot kind of pulls up and chips it to neutral. A little bit of a ping pong going on here. I think we were back at the barbecue joint. Play is back to Hardwick. Hardwick looks and finds Maeve McDonough. Maeve tries to sidestep the Canucks, but their sticks are strong. A lot of smacking going on. Piper picks one up and clears it down to the Minnesota zone. Hardwick gathers. She tries a long bouncing stretch pass to Harns. Harns is caught by the Lady Canucks, but she buys some time. As Minnesota's on the switch. Nyberg with a one-time shot long, right on target. Rebound picked up by BC. It's like the girl's just trying to handle the puck as BC takes a rush. Nyberg pushes her out wide, gets some puck, gets some body, but she comes back. Puck gets stopped in front. Young lady goes backhand to forehand for a short angle shot, and a missed breakout pass is going to be called back for icing. So the BC team is now posing threats almost every shift, and they had one sustained forecheck, keeping Minnesota in their zone with multiple attempts. So stay tuned. 3 minutes in the second. Emmy Donahue digs in at the dot. BC win. They chip it deep. Newer's on D as she plays up the wall to Volkers. Volkers tries a slip. Newer tries a chip. Gonna have to try it again, ladies. Nyberg picks one up on her backhand with a little swivel of the hip as she sends a saucer to Volkers. Where it's getting a little clunky on the breakouts, but they get it out. Volkers gathers, holds her ground well. She's gonna get pinned. Puck is loose. A little pushing as Donahue chips one out. Nice little bit of stick handling. Nyberg tries to go to Prosser. Prosser was covered. And Vancouver gets it deep again. So Minnesota's having to test the breakout system. As Donahue finds some space with a nice wide pull to gain an outside lane. She tries to drive the net and backhands one to the near side where it's picked up by Palmer Prosser. Prosser pushes over to Volkers. Over to Zins. Now it's with Newer. She tries to go back door. It hits a skate in front. Puck gets played out to neutral where Allie Zins goes to gather. Kind of overskated it, but found it and played it to Stevens. Stevens with a nice pull. Walks in. No goal. Okay, a good attempt. It was like a whiff shot by Stevens. Went off a defenseman and sat at the line for a second. That would have been about the easiest tap-in goal if anybody was there for it. But these girls are playing hard and strong. Bundy joins the play. Stevens tries to center one. It's Bundy with a backhand and 3 rebounding attempts. Like we talked about yesterday, a little more pushing and shoving going on as the girls realize how important their goaltenders are, as each team only has one goalie. So you got to protect the goalies. They're going to take these two girls and make an example out of them. So it looks like Bundy and I think it's I'm not going to guess. Number 96 from each team goes to the box. So we should continue some 5-on-5 hockey here. Refs are keeping control of the game. They're not calling any unnecessary penalties. We love that when the girls have a little fire. Just as the girls are protective of their goalies, the parents are protective of their girls. So everybody's having a little fun down here in Nolensville. Christian comes in, holds the line, and plays it deep. She likes to get involved, so you might see her hanging at the hash as Hardwick throws another puck deep. So they're really forcing Vancouver to find a breakout here, and they're not making it easy on the wings as they drill and fill with some good over-the-top play. Puck is bounced loose. It's going to be Christian and number 4 from BC. Christian does a couple pirouettes, throws one weak to Zins. Zins plays up to Stevens. Stevens is going to have to run this one out, but BC gets there first. Plays to Hardwick. Hardwick holds up at the line. Stevens gets out. Preston is in. Nice defense play by BC going D to D as they saucer a long pass off the heels. It looks like this one's going to be icing. And they let the clock run. So we're through 2 periods. We've had 1 infraction called. I believe it was just a settle down girls for 2 minutes. But there will be 5-on-5 play. Bundy and number 96 from BC will be out after the first whistle, likely of the 3rd period. Thank you for joining us. To our thousands of viewers at home, we really appreciate you. We're back for the puck drop. Third period. BC versus MN. Face-off won by Minnesota as McDonough and Newer go to play it. Ooh, girls go face-to-face in front. McDonough is battling hard as Preston sails a puck to Nyberg. Long shot gloved easily by the BC goalie. Things are starting to tighten up a little bit. Girls are settled in and playing really hard right now, so great hockey to watch. Happy to have you guys in the front row. Face-off win by Preston. Preston regains. Centering attempt to Willow. McDonough picks it up. Blocked. Minnesota's been using a low and slow approach, just like Martin's Barbecue. Shot by Newer. No rebound. Looks like they're going to keep the assailants in the box for a little bit longer. Unofficially, we have shots at 13-3. As the face-off is pushed deep by Minnesota again. Lots of offensive zone time. Not a lot of up and down skating, which should hopefully benefit these girls. This game's been more of a, like I said earlier, more of a tug of war than a relay race. As I say that, we skate 200 feet back, and the puck is picked up by Ellie Hardwick. Ellie Hardwick fires a pass up to center Amelia. Amelia tries to spin and pick it up and gains ground the whole way. Hardwick's holding up at the line, and she chips a backhand deep for a retrieval. British Columbia goes D to D to center. Nice breakout. We're starting to see British Columbia using their time and space effectively. Their passes are getting a little more crisp. Oh, as a defenseman accidentally steps on the puck, takes a hard fall. Nolander picks it up. Oh, long shot. Stops in the middle, and Stevens is right there with a quick turnaround shot low. I don't think the goalie saw it, so the goalie had been making some fantastic saves, and Stevens is there to pick one up. That whistle frees Bundy and number 96 from BC, so both teams are now at full strength, full benches, and it's a 4-0 lead for Minnesota. So Adriana Stevens out of Forest Lake with the goal. Face-off won by Minnesota again. Christian steps in. She heads wide. She tries to center to Nolander. It was a nice little off the heels of the defenseman pass. Just one step behind, and it would have been a real quick second goal. So strike while the iron's hot. Allie Zins plays one off the glass. It's OS style, off the net, no whistle. Zins gathers behind the net. She centers one. Some collisions in front as Nolander and a BC player go flying. Zins strong on the puck. So Allie Zins has moved up to forward. She's a very versatile player. We've got a few forwards and defensemen that are interchangeable. Being a player who can play offense and defense interchangeably is so critical for these young girls. That versatility is what gets you on the power play and penalty kill as a varsity player. As puck is up to Stevens. She can't handle. BC picks it up, and Preston's there. Rim puck to Newer. Newer can't get a handle on it, but McDonough comes over the top and catches a pretty good shot. You got to pay to play. McDonough picks out on her forehand. She comes on the goal line, goes backhand. Good step up by the defenseman from British Columbia. RD are playing them very tight. And Nyberg plays one down to Preston. Preston with a hard shot through the goalie, but wide. McDonough has the puck. Preston plays one across to Willow, and there's a slight tip on it. Nyberg wins the race, and the wall becomes a busy area as Preston's fighting for a puck. Physical battle. And the puck ends up back with Nyberg. Long shot, steered aside by the goalie. Willow suffers a brutal attack. Addie Preston down low with McDonough. McDonough plays to Newer. Long shot. Addie tries to get a tip on it. And Willow's there again. So this line, they're ready for, both teams are ready for a change here as Nyberg gathers. Preston goes for a change. Willow goes for a change. McDonough stays. It's Donahue and Prosser to join the party. Donahue finds Prosser. Prosser with a nice shot on goal, but gets tied up. Plays back to Christian with a tight turn. Christian walks one in. She shoots. It's tipped wide. There's about 10 minutes left in the contest as BC picks up a puck with speed. Sydney Christian comes through. Can't quite get a piece of it. And Kayla Eaton tries to play the loose puck, but BC beats her to it. Player goes forehand to backhand and tucks it right into the open net. So with 10 minutes left, it's a 4-1 game. BC's fifth shot of the game is a winner. We saw that yesterday where our defense is pressing so hard sometimes that they allow opportunities. We love having Kayla Eaton playing with us, and if we can limit the amount of times that we hang her out to dry, that may be fortuitous to us in these contests today. As Christian goes for a sweep, Zins is there to back check, and Hardwick picks up the loose change. She goes to the backhand as Dupuis fires a long shot. Zins is there for the block. Hardwick centers a nice pass to Adriana Stevens. Stevens pushes forehand, goes backhand. She's got some nifty dangles. She plays one right off the BC tender. And the puck is rimmed around, picked up by Christian. Little alley-oop spin, wide pull. She's got three girls on her, but she fights them all off and chips it over to Allie Zins. Puck is played back where Hardwick will gather. So our defensemen are logging a lot of minutes in this game. They're definitely doing a nice job of keeping them moving. Hardwick picks one up again. She sucks in some yellow jerseys, goes D to Christian. Christian kind of overskates it and finds her way around. She plays it back to Hardwick. Hardwick plays it up the wall. Harns tries to chip for Preston. Would have loved to see a forehand-to-forehand Preston and Zins 2-on-1. Hardwick goes off a Canuck helmet and it lands up with Dupuis at center. Preston on a breakaway. She fires one into the goaltender. And BC happily escapes their zone as play comes to Newer. Newer checks, throws a beautiful long pass to McDonough. McDonough sends the saucer over to Harns. Willow Harns, back to McDonough. McDonough throws a beautiful shot off the knot, right where the crossbar meets the post. That play from Newer to McDonough to Willow Harns. I mean, these are some of the legacy players that have been a part of this Team Minnesota team. This Team Black national elite team for 3 years, been a part of all these championships, and they show why they're winners when they're moving the puck like that. Palmer Prosser picks up a puck. She chips it past the blue line, and it's back to center. Palmer again chips it up the wall. McDonough and Donahue want to get it. Palmer picks up the proceeds. Long shot from Prosser steered wide. She gets over the top to cancel this breakout and does so very nicely. Puck goes back, puck goes up. Just out of the reach of number 8 as Nyberg pulls up. They called it offsides, but I'll have to look at the replay on that one. So Stevens returns with Nolander and Zins. Christian and Bundy on defense. Nolander pushes the faceoff through, gains the zone. Zins goes back to Stevens. Stevens gets tied up and disarmed by number 33, who spins out, and Stevens takes it right back. Puck is rimmed by BC, and Minnesota's there to shut it down as Christian to Nylander. Long shot wide. Bundy comes into the hash mark with a pinch. Elena's over the top, and it's Zins. It's like BC is here. It's Christian fighting off a BC defender. Turns on her and finds some open ice. Up to Stevens. Stevens with a little space. She's a nifty stick handler. She sends a shot wide of the net. Puck is flipped out to Christian. Wide pull. And pushed out to center where BC's got numbers. Christian back checking through the middle as Bundy steps up and blocks the shot and the body. Gets both. And Willow comes through with speed. She's coming in 1-on-2 with back pressure. Puck rolls, but she sends a shot through the feet. And kind of a cheeky shot, requires a skillful save from the BC goalie. Spark plug Zoe Newer goes behind the net where she's very dangerous with McDonough. McDonough looks for Willow. Backhand chip. Goes into the chest of the defender, and Preston is holding the line for Zoe. Preston jumps back into the mix as McDonough fights for a puck below the goal line. Newer's at the hash. Preston gets back over the top. They're playing interchangeably as the puck comes back to Preston. She's rewarded for all of her support, but it's right on. 5 minutes, 16 seconds left in the contest. Score is 4-1 Minnesota. And we've got a line change. Prosser, Volkers, Donahue. Donahue plays it back. Hardwick with a long shot, sails wide. Newer jumps to the hash to pick it up. BC gets past Donahue. It's a 2-on-1. It's Zhang and Dupuis, but Hardwick, nice poke check to break it up as they fight on the near wall. So I want to say a little bit of some rare zone time here as the Lady Canucks have been playing a lot of time in their zone. Volkers tries to poke one through. She and Prosser are looking to head the other way as Newer collects. She's on her forehand. She's building some speed here. Newer comes up the close side wall. Backhand chip. Kick it to space. Win the race. Zoe Newer. Centering attempt. Stopped in front. Donahue collects and fires one wide. Goalie tries to cover. BC keeps it rolling. BC kind of in their own way, but every time they pick up a puck at center, they're gaining the offensive zone. So rare controlled defensive zone exits are turning into controlled offensive zone entries. So Minnesota's got to be smart about that. But they've been, I don't want to say pressing their luck, I would say more using their skills. So they've developed a lot of habits of playing aggressively from the front to the back, and today it's just been a little bit too much for BC. Offensive zone draw. Nylander. Stevens on the right. Zins on the left. Christian and Nyberg together. Those two have played well. Stevens sends one up the wall. Gets stripped, and it's a long shot with a rebound. They're attacking hard right now. BC in the place. Nyberg with a good strip. They're sending 3 players at the puck when our defensemen have it. And that's about the only way they're getting it from these girls as Christian picks up loose change. Couple wide pulls. Minnesota just can't wait as Nylander crosses the blue line. I think some of our forwards are getting excited. Preston comes in for the face-off. Maeve McDonough on the right. Willow Harns on the left. Hardwick and Bundy on the red line. Line dancing. Face-off win. Zone win. Bundy, Preston, and McDonough fight for it, and it's out. But Bundy turns and fires it low. Less than 3 minutes in the contest. Good forecheck by Preston. Plays a nice puck to McDonough. These are crafty players, very skilled, very unselfish. They're working hard to get something in the house. BC's done a nice job of protecting the front of the net. We've cashed in a couple rebound goals, but for all the opportunities and shots the girls have had, BC's goaltender and defense have done a stellar job of keeping this close. Centering attempt. Plinko puck picked up by Brindley Bundy. Ice is pretty skated up. She can't get the handle, so she hands it off to Addie Preston. Addie Preston, tall and strong, with a backhand across the face of the cage. Harns and McDonough are tied up in front, so again, BC is keeping things tight. Maeve McDonough tries to chip one down low. Maeve ties up on the wall. Donahue's there. She kicks it back to Hardwick. Hardwick tries a long shot. Sails wide of the cage. As Palmer Prosser in there quickly on the forecheck. Donahue back to cover. Volkers picks off a dangerous cross-ice pass. And Donahue's back. She throws it to Prosser. I don't think, a little miscommunication there as we had two forwards playing defense. Zoe Newer turns. She's going to look to gain zone. She chips in and takes a little bit of damage. Donahue backing her up. Puck to Volkers. Evelyn Volkers, one of the new players on the team this year, had a huge game yesterday with a goal and an assist. Also, Piper Nyberg, one of our newer players, with a goal and an assist yesterday. And Kayla Eaton with many tremendous saves yesterday as Minnesota girls, black, national elite, gained a win against CJR. They're looking to get another chance here as Christian picks up a puck. There's about 30 seconds left in the game as Palmer tries to center one to Donahue. BC doing a nice job collapsing and clogging up the middle. Volkers with a nice toe drag. Gets it to Donahue. She's looking for Prosser. Backhand attempt by Donahue. Gets covered up. 18 and a half seconds left. I hope that this viewing angle has been agreeable to everyone watching at home. Our next two games today are in this same arena as a face-off win by Minnesota, shot wide by Stevens off a tip. Nyberg is there to stop the breakout, and Stevens regains. She tries to play over to Zins, and Bundy is there. Bundy cuts back, and that's all, folks. This has been an outstanding performance and something that Team Minnesota really needed. So, the girls in black put BC in a burning ring of fire. We'll be back in just a couple hours to get the next game in. And please stay tuned. Congratulations to all the girls on Minnesota as they pull off another 4-1 win. I think that Minnesota's looking very strong here, but today's going to be a little bit of a gauntlet. The girls need to conserve some energy, as you see Addie waving to her friends at home. We have a contest later today with the other Minnesota team, the Machine Orange team out of the Minnesota-made Barracks. That will be fun. We're calling that the State of Hockey Civil War. Top players playing hard, trying to win this tournament. The trophy for the tournament is a large belt buckle. So, this is Jack signing off. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful afternoon, and we hope to see you guys soon.